If you only had $10 to last you 3 days, what healthy meals could you make? A box of rice, a thing of bouillon cubes, a jar of peanut butter, a loaf of bread. A person has so many options here. Just basics to keep the body and mind going. Grocery store in my area always have bruised or older fruit for free. I suggest taking advantage of this if you can. I've lived poor much of my life. My mother and other poor mothers in the neighborhood gave me a good idea of the best basic ingredients to get by with. Ketchup and hot dogs is another good one. The cheapest ones you can get. The ones in the 80-pack or whatever. I'm in San Francisco. Our local Kroger, Safeway, Lucky's, Grocery Outlet or even the small chain Oriental Market will have chicken for 99 cents to $1.29 a pound. The package size will probably be about 4.5 pounds average at the big stores or 2-3 pounds at the smaller store. This leaves about $5 for the vegetables and starches. $3 for a 5-pound bag of potatoes, leaving $2 for whatever $1 per pound vegetable I can find. Lucky's has had 99c bags of baby carrots recently. So this will probably last me like 10 days. Hey depending on where you live I would look into international supermarkets grocery stores over big chains. They will have spices, herbs, meats, beans, grains, etc. for a little cheaper. Your money might be able to go further and you could add in some herbs or seasoning with the leftover dollar. For example, a bunch of thyme is $3.50 at the major chain near me, but 2-3 bunches are $2 at the international grocery store farmers market. Smoked sausage rope, can of kidney beans, green pepper, diced tomatoes, Cajun seasoning and 1 pound of rice. You should be able to obtain all the needed stuff for right around $10. It makes a rather large portion for one person and I stretched it several days when I was really broke. Ingredients were bought from Walmart. My total was $8.36. But obviously will vary city to city and state to state. Breaks down to 86 cents per serving. Assuming tax is not a factor, a bag of 5 pounds potatoes at Walmart for $5, and a 1-liter bottle of Heinz ketchup also for $5 at Walmart. It's been proven that potatoes contain some amounts of almost every vitamin and mineral you need. If it's good enough for Matt Damon in space, it's good enough for me. You can cook potatoes baked, fried, deep fried, pan roasted, boiled, mashed, etc. I can easily eat potatoes and ketchup for 3 days. Beans 82 cents, rice $1.77 for 32 ounces, eggs $2.27, ground turkey $3. 96 pounds. Prices from local Walmart in PHX, Arizona. Start my morning off with 3 eggs and a generous serving of rice, then have a lunch dinner of rice, beans and ground turkey. Rinse and repeat for a few days. You might be able to add in a cheap vegetable like asparagus or cucumbers to your ground turkey bowl. Been there many times, including now. A lot of peanut butter and the cheapest spreads you can get, rice, chicken thighs, macaroni and cheese in the box, canned vegetables, spaghetti, etc. I really can only afford to shop at Aldi right now and I can get in and out for around $10.15 each trip. It's not always the best food but you're not going hungry. Mashed potatoes and round steak. Frozen vegetables. Rice and canned food. Big pot of beef vegetable stew. Big pot of spaghetti. Refried bean sandwiches. Chicken legs. Roasted vegetables. Big pan of macaroni and cheese. Goulash. Great northern beans and bacon. Fried potatoes and onions. Popsicles. Cereal. Sweet corn on the cob and pork chops. Oatmeal for breakfast is about 30 cents a serving. Rice and beans is about all you can afford on top of that with a $10 budget. I would buy a 30-serving canister of rolled oats for about $4 and 2 pounds of beans and 2 pounds of rice for another $6. That will get you enough calories for 3 or 4 days. If you're on Atkins, you've got enough money for 5 cans of tuna and a giant bag of store-brand frozen green beans. Hopefully you have basic spices and olive oil already. But you have $2.50 left so you can get olive oil and salt at the $1 store. Mix each meal on a plate and microwave for 3 minutes. I love stir fry so I probably go with bag of rice $1.49, eggs $2.99, frozen mixed veggies $1.99, and peanut butter $2.50, bread $1.49, or pasta $1.49, tomato sauce $2.49. The eggs I would also use for breakfast. I'm over by 0.49, but I'd check for the day-old bread. Does this qualify as healthy? I actually priced this out. $1.93 for 18-count eggs. $1.67 for a box of instant oatmeal. $1.50 for 32 ounces white rice. $1.29 for a pack of bar S beef franks. Total before tax $7.68, which leaves enough to splurge on a 23.7 ounces can of coffee. $1.49. Could be worse. Much worse. Ramen frozen mixed veg, egg, rice and beans. Nab some packets of hot sauce from someplace, splurge on an avocado if you can find one for 69 cents to get some fat. Oatmeal for breakfast. My local Mexican bakery has huge bags of day-old assorted breads for a couple bucks. 2 cartons of eggs to cover fats, proteins and a bunch of other micronutrients. Small bottle of soy sauce. The rest goes into leafy greens for fiber and volume. This is strictly sustenance territory, and probably not meant to be enjoyable unless you're part of a raptor. I think it depends on what part of the world you live in and how your access to forageable goods are. You might be able to keep up one of those endless soup stews. I know the easy answer is something like beans and rice, just wanted to think outside the box. If you have a grocery store that sells bulk items or items by weight, it's easier than a typical store. You can have oatmeal with bananas for breakfast, rice with beans and canned veggies for lunch, dinner, or something like eggs with sautéed cabbage and potatoes. If I still have my Costco card, a $5 rotisserie chicken, then go to the cheap grocery store and buy some veg. Celery is like $1 if nothing else, in rice. Maybe if I'm lucky I could squeeze in some beans. Meat and rice platters, plus some soup from the bones. I'm lucky enough to live by an Aldi, so this is easy. Dry pinto beans 2.09. White rice 2.65. Instant oatmeal 1.95. Eggs 1.45. Baby carrots 1.35. $9.49. Pasta 1.09. Jar sauce 1.75. Bread 1.45. Peanut butter 2.05. Jelly 2.59. Celery 0.95. $9.88. My wife hates me for it, but sleep. Generally it's because I can't think of what to make or I don't feel like putting something together. I'll drink a big glass of water and go to sleep. Fills the stomach, and by the time you are hungry again you are asleep. I will make tomato soup. Free ketchup packets and salt and pepper packs mixed with water from the pond, and then I would spend the $10 on crack rock. I build stuff around a staple like rice, lentils, noodles, or potatoes, then I use veggies from the fridge and spices, and you got a meal. Also sweet potatoes, cabbage, onion, and chicken stock are goated. Go to Aldi's and buy 2 dozen eggs for $3.50. 1 loaf of bread for $1.29. Maybe some potted meat or pack of Bar S hot dogs for $1.50. 1 2-gallon of milk and maybe a box of cereal. Put a dozen eggs back. Costco rotisserie is $5 and will easily provide protein over 3 days for a single individual. I imagine some boxed rice and cheap canned veggies would be $10 for everything. I live in Vietnam, so I'm going out to eat 2-3 eggs a day. Banh mi, com suan trong, and about 30 variations of noodle soup like pho and bun bo. Everything $1 too. At the moment, eggs, since I got 2 dozen eggs for $2 per dozen. I generally eat a small meal a day. $10.20 per week has been my food budget for a while now. 2 pounds tofu $4. 3 pounds beans $3 for 2-3 cans more if dried. 2 pounds rice $3. Might be harder to get those prices if it's not bulk purchasing though. Rice, beans, eggs, swipe some small sauce packets from convenience stores or somewhere. You can probably make it last more than 3 days, honestly. 99-cent store mushrooms. Squash. Spinach. Healthy proteins would be hard to come by. As far as meats, I'd think probably beans. Maybe chorizo. White rice, soy sauce, hard-boiled eggs. I honestly would be down to eat that for 3 straight days regardless of my financial situations. I'd make a potted noodle surprise named by my son. Large can cream of chicken soup. Large box cooked pasta. 2 cans chicken breast. 2 pounds chicken breast for $4. $2 bag of rice, $1 cabbage, $3 teriyaki sauce, some leftover sriracha that is already in my fridge. Would head to Aldi's My New Jam and get a bag of frozen stir-fry vegetable medley, a pack of chicken legs and a bag of rice. My grocery store sells these pre-mixed salad bowls for like $1.50. Just load up on those and grab a carton of juice, old-fashioned oats and cheap eggs. The store brand eggs. Money left over for a frozen veggie or can of veggies. You could do 10 dozen eggs for $10, roughly a dozen a meal. When my wife is away I have eaten 30 eggs a day. Cans of chili, Chicks noodle soup, Costco full roasted chicks, $4.99 lasts for several days for me and my pups. I will make a rich pumpkin, tomato or lentil soup fresh, not can or package, and bake a loaf of bread. White rice, $10 is more than enough to last 3 days, but I like to buy bulk 50-pound bags so it's cheaper. A flat of chicken thighs and as much rice as possible. I could easily make that stretch for 3 days. Our Eat Cheap and Healthy is a great resource, also your local food pantry can help supplement you. Probably Soup. I'm sure buying some veg stock cubes would sort your meals out for a few days. Check your local grocery sale flyer for frozen pizza deals, often there's a 3 for $10 deal. Lentils baby, they're so freaking good! Cup of ramen to go with it if you're really hungry. Yummy cereal. Rich in vitamin sugar. If eaten with milk you get some vitamin D I guess. I just bought a 10-pound turkey for like $7. That can feed several people for 3 days. Buy potatoes for whole $10, you can cook meals for all 3 days without problems. Would just eat eggs fried in butter. I kinda do that anyways when money is tight. Flour tortillas. Sandwich meat. You can add some beans and rice to it as well.